It's the Daily Dog.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back to another edition of the Daily Doug. Happy to be with you. Today, it is the 2020 Emmys edition of the Daily Doug. Today is September 20th, and the Emmy Awards are tonight. And I'm looking forward to watching them because there's a lot of great shows out there this year, and it's going to be an interesting television program to see how they pull it off in the midst of the ongoing pandemic. The pandemic has allowed us some extra time at home, at least it has for me, and I've been able to get caught up on some television shows, and I gotta tell you, there are some just magnificent television shows being produced right now. And in an earlier episode, I talked about my love of The Good Place, which ended its run on NBC earlier this year. And they're nominated for some awards. I have a couple of other favorites that we'll get to, but I wanted to go through some nominations and give you my picks. And if you disagree or agree, comment and tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong and why. So I'm going to stop at the top of the start at the top of the list. Outstanding comedy series. There's Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I love, Larry David. Dead to Me, which I have not seen. The Good Place, one of my favorites. Insecure, don't know it. I guess. HBO, disclaimer, I don't have HBO. So if there's an HBO show, I haven't seen it. The Kaminsky Method, I've seen a couple of those. I think they're great. I just haven't watched the whole thing. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is a wonderful show. And Schitt's Creek and What We Do in the Shadow. I haven't seen that. But you know what? Schitt's Creek is probably my favorite show almost of all time on television. You guys, if you have not seen Schitt's Creek, it's okay, you're not cussing. It's the name of the town, and this is a show, a Canadian show, and I hope that you're all familiar with it by now, but it's, again, like The Good Place. I came to it late, just in the past year, and they were finishing up their last season. They've got 6 seasons, 5 of which are on Netflix. And I think the last season is going to hit Netflix by the end of the year, if not next month. Schitt's Creek is about a rich family that loses their money and ends up in a small country town. And it starts out as sort of like a fish out of water. Like, what happens if the Kardashians end up in the middle of nowhere in a small town? And hilarity ensues, right? But over the course of the series, this turns into very character-based drama, and you start rooting for these people as they start to become better people and their priorities change. And I gotta tell you, it's so funny. I mean, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara and all of the cast is just it's wonderful writing, and it's actually one of the best modern love stories that I've ever seen. It's so endearing. So my pick for outstanding comedy series, although I love The Good Place, is Schitt's Creek. Outstanding drama series, I'm rooting for either Stranger Things or The Handmaid's Tale. My personal favorite is Stranger Things, just because I love that show. I haven't seen any of the television movies or the limited series. Sorry, haven't seen those. Lead actor, Ted Danson in The Good Place is as good as it gets. And I really hope that he wins. Lead actress in a comedy series, I would love for it to be Catherine O'Hara, because she is an absolute icon, and I think Schitt's Creek is her best work. I'm looking through some of these other ones, and variety talk series. John Oliver, I think, wins that, like he has in the past. His research team actually deserves that as much as he does, because their shows are just quite in depth and wonderful. You know, the other one, you know, Maisel, Mrs. Maisel. Have you guys seen Mrs. Maisel? This is the thing. I mean, Amy Sherman Palladino, I think, is the name of the lady, that the head writer and the person behind that. The writing in that is, I mean, the script is so dense. They're speaking a mile a minute, but the thing that's fascinating about that show is to watch how they pace the single shots, right? They do these elaborate scenes that are choreographed, where the camera moves through the scene with the actors in one continuous take, and it's unbelievable to watch. It's a great show. I thought the first season was the best of that. I think the second and third seasons are fine, but I think they really hit it out of the park in that first season. I would love to see nothing but Schitt's Creek and The Good Place and Mrs. Maisel winning up and down the ballot, but there's so much great stuff. I'm looking through here. I can't wait to supporting actor in a comedy series. Man, like how do you pick between Alan Arkin from the Kaminsky Method and Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek and Sterling Brown from Miss Maisel and Tony Shalhoub from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Oh, and William Jackson Harper from The Good Place. It's, gosh, how do you pick? It's an unbelievable collection of actors. I mean, Kenan Thompson's on there from SNL, who's as good as anybody has been on SNL for a long time, and still is great. And gosh, I don't know. Sentimental favorite. Do I pick Dan Levy or William Jackson Harper? I think I gotta go with William Jackson Harper as Chidi. Especially for the way that he finished out that run in this last season. Just remarkable. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor. Let's see, who else here? Outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series. You got Alex Borstein from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Darcy Carden from The Good Place. Janet. Kate McKinnon, Annie Murphy from Schitt's Creek. Like, who are you going to pick? It's just an unbelievable amount of great television. Let me know what you guys think. For this one, I love Janet. I'd have to go with Darcy Carden. Darcy, I love you. You're wonderful. In fact, season 3, I think it's episode 7 of The Good Place. I might be wrong. It's called Janet's, I think, or just Janet. So this is Darcy Carden's tour de force from season 3 of The Good Place, where she has the opportunity to play basically almost every member of the cast. I think she's playing 5 different people. No, 6 if you count neutral Janet, I think, in that episode. She's unbelievable and a wonderful, wonderful actress. Great range, and man, I loved her as Janet. So, Darcy, I hope you win. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go start making my popcorn now. I've got to watch the U.S. Open on golf, because we got to watch that first, and then it's the Emmys tonight. You guys let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what your favorite shows are and your favorite actors are and what your picks are. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see you next time on The Daily Doug.